Hi guys, today I want to have a little look into the unknown mysteries of CPU frequencies, and whether they are truly important for an average user or not. So we see all these perplexing specs when CPU manufacturers promote their products, with frequencies in a gigahertz and all that stuff. So what is this frequency, and what it is all about? First of all, it is not the frequency in common sense, as is the times of vibrations or oscillations per second, like sound wave frequencies, light waves, or alternating current frequencies. It's none of them. CPU frequencies is different. It's a number of electric pulses that the CPU emits per second. It's more commonly known as clock speed, because it's used to be a clock for the computer. The CPU processes and gives commands on the scale of the cycle. So is it, as it seems to be, that the higher the clock speed, the faster the computer? Well, that may be what the manufacturers may want you to believe, but in fact, sometimes higher clock speed CPUs may not be as fast as slower ones. This is because of the clock speed war between Intel and AMD, causing the speed to skyrocket straight into the gigahertz realm, like 4 gigs, 5 gigs or such. But other hardware, whose clock speeds are mainly set long ago, have a much lower speed. So while CPUs are all at gigahertz, all your other hardware are in megahertz, like your RAM and your hard drive. They're just snails when compared with your brand new Ryzen CPU. So here comes the problem. The other hardware just can't catch up with your super fast CPU. So we need a median frequency to coordinate these two. This is where the FSB or external clock comes to the picture. It's like a bridge connecting the two. It helps the CPU communicate with the outside world. Okay, now this is getting a little too deep for a short video. All we have talked about now is just the tip of the iceberg in the CPU world. But for regular consumers, this is more than enough. Just remember that the CPU's frequency is far from the only aspect in determining the speed. Don't choose only based on what the dealer boosts. And for most people, overclocking a CPU doesn't really help improving the speed. But it does help breaking up your CPU, that's for sure. The damage is pretty certain. How can we be so sure about that? Well, just take a look at this fact. The frequencies of CPUs haven't gone with Murphy's Law for the past years, and there are reasons for that. So unless you're sure that you have everything under control, don't try such things easily. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and have a great week.